Man, I boo cried in bed when I'm just like, I couldn't figure it out. I'm seeing people, 1, 2 years, start getting jealousy and envious. I continue to focus on myself, pray to God hard. And when I say that the big God upstairs is answering, he's answering. Now I'm at 2 payouts fully and max allocation.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today I have the pleasure to host Kris, who comes from Miami. Welcome, Kris.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Shout out to
Great.
TFT.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
Yeah, born and raised in Miami. Birthday was yesterday, April 4th. Just turned 31. Been
Happy
trading
birthday.
thank you so much. Been trading for about 6 years. June of 2017 will be 6 years. And what got me into trading is my whole life I've been in sales, selling health insurance, selling vacations, selling nutritional products, and I'm just sick of talking to people at that time. So I said I need to find something that can free me up, where I can make good money, travel, and not have to talk to people. And that's what got me into trading 6 years ago.
Interesting. So you don't want to talk to people, just to the charts.
I just want to focus on the chart,
just conversation,
make my money, go live my life.
Interesting. And can you tell us a little bit about your learning curve? Did you have mentors? Did you join any communities? How was your learning curve?
So I got into trading. I purchased a course. I actually purchased a course in about 2015, late 2015. And from work and life, I didn't get around to it until 2017, where I actually started to learn from it. And the charts that we used in the trading style, we used Renko charts, not candles. It was completely different. I learned a lot from it. And yeah, it was a good experience. I also learned from a guy, Steve Morrow, that my buddy had his course and allowed me to log into his course and learn it there. I watched a bunch of people on YouTube, like No Nonsense FX. He's on YouTube. He kind of has a community. He comes out with free content like ICT, and I was following him for a long time. I checked out ICT. I bought a course. This is what helps me. Two things that really, really help trade and take off for me. I'm a part of a community, Trading LP, Usman's group. They trade supply and demand. I saw him get interviewed with FTMO, and on that interview, they had his page. So I followed his page, purchased his course, and that's what helped me become more consistent. Started trading supply and demand. And then I like to learn a lot. So from YouTube, I don't know how I came across ICT, but I eventually came across ICT, and just adding a little bit of his stuff. Like I learned all about liquidity and I learned about swing highs and swing lows from him. Adding all my supply and demand, what I knew with the stuff I learned from him, that helped as well. So my trading, I never had a direct mentor until later in the game, around year 4, where I got a trading LPs, no, year 5, and I got trading LPs course. So my trading, I would say, is a lot of trial and error. I lost well over 15K in the market, trial and error, and just putting bits and pieces of all the courses and things I saw together to make it my own. What really gets you consistent, people don't realize this, it's the chart time that really gets you consistent. Seeing that chart over and over again, you start to pick up on things that even you wouldn't pick up on with the course because you have that experience. So that's how my trading journey went. But I never really had a mentor until like later.
So your strategy is kind of like combination of the things that you've learned and you liked and suits your personality.
About a combination like 6 to 8 different things. Yeah.
What type of trader are you? Are you a swing trader, day trader, scalper?
So I'm a intraday trader that I will hold a trade. I will get in a trade. I'll hold a trade for 1 to 2 days until the market tell me to get out. So I only look for about 1 to 3 trades a week. And my A+ setups, if I find it and it's trading with the 4-hour trend, I'll hold it until that little move is done. So intraday, tiny bit of swing, but swinging, like I said, the most I ever hold a trade is 2 days.
And what did you struggle with the most, and how did you overcome those struggles?
What I struggled with the most was psychology and risk management. The two things that I really feel like, because it's not beautiful, it's not the charts, don't get talked about enough. But it's the two things that will make you the most money. So risk management, I was a risk taker. Like I said, in the beginning of my journey, I had a $300 account. I put three standards on a $300 account. You couldn't pay me to do that today. The most I'll put on that, if I'm just being risky now, is five minis. Like I would not do three standards on a $300 account. So risk management, I used to always try to hit home runs. That cost me. I lost 2K my second week in trading of live money when I should have been on a demo account. And that's where mentorship is key. I didn't have a mentor in the beginning to say, hey, look, don't trade live yet. Go on demo, master your strategy, then go live. So risk management, and then psychology, revenge trading. I always felt like, man, I just lost this trade, but I can make this money back. Just hop back in. It's going to continue to go in that direction. I just knocked you out. Next thing you know, now it wants to go the opposite. So now not only you're down your initial that initial trade, you're down even more. Then that plays with my head the whole day. Now I'm waiting until after 5 p.m. new trading day to look for another setup. So revenge trading was another thing that I had to get over. What allowed me to get over those things is starting to realize like, hey, you have an edge. That edge is going to come up in the market time and time again. I feel like a lot of traders, they see a great trade and they don't think it's going to ever happen again. So they try to do any and everything to make that trade happen where, hey, if that's your loss, just know that, hey, and throughout the week, that setup will occur again. And we're trading off a probability. You'll have a higher probability of winning that setup if you wait till a greater setup. So that I overcame about understanding my A+ setup is going to happen again, instead of thinking like, oh snap, this is the only time of the week it's going to happen.
Interesting. And what did you do to improve your psychology? Did you read any books? You mentioned Trading in the Zone. Did you listen to any podcasts, like do any meditation or mindfulness techniques?
So I have listened to a lot of Mark Douglas. Someone posted his seminars on YouTube where he's actually standing up talking to people. I watched a lot of his seminars. I have Trading in the Zone, The Disciplined Trader. Then there's another prop. They don't do Forex. I believe they do stock and options or something called SMB Capital. They release videos on psychology with their top traders, and they actually have a psychology coach that for their prop that he comes out with videos. I will listen to that as well. Also, the podcast I will listen to. Chat with traders. So all those things and taking notes is what helped me get my psychology better. And then also what helped me get my psychology better that I will want new traders to understand is, hey, find a way to get some money in your bank account. When you have money in your bank account and you're not trading off of scarcity, but you're trading with peace of mind, that changes trading for you. Like if you have $1,000, I would say, hey, wait to, and that's all you have, don't trade it. If it's all you have, you should not be trading it because you're going to have so much emotions attached to it. So I would say what helps your psychology, go get a cushion in your bank account, breathe, be able to have multiple bills already paid in advance. And that will help your psychology. That will help a lot of stuff when it comes to trading.
Yeah, I totally agree. And would you like to share a chart and show us your recent trade and how you analyze the market?
Sure. I'll show you the setup that I caught that helped me pass my 400K standard verification, because I just got funded with that 400K account this week. As you can see, this is the daily chart on EJ, European dollar, Japanese yen. So this supply zone I marked up, and I saw the market came into the supply zone once. I always like to wait for the market to come into a zone twice, because the second time it comes in there, I know it's going to hunt liquidity in order for the market to do a big move. It has to collect orders. That's what I tell myself, and I say, hey, try not to be those orders. So once the market came into that 4-hour zone, I went to the 15-minute chart, and I have these bands that tells me when the market is oversold and overbought. So if the market was down here, it would be overbought. Oversold, meaning that start looking for buys. When the market's in that zone, it's overbought. Start looking for sales. So market came into
Bollinger Bands, or it's another.
I got these from Charlie P. I don't know the name of these bands. I got them from, that's the name of them, like TMA Center, AMP bands. I got them from his strategy, because once he said like he don't trade when the market is in those areas because that means it's overbought, oversold type of thing. I just added it to my charts, and Ever since then, I know if the market comes into a supply or demand zone and it reaches that area, now I'm waiting for liquidity to be grabbed. So first thing that showed me that liquidity was grabbed with this long wick. As you can see, the market went up 20 something pips, and it still closed in the range of this previous wick, as you can see. So for me, that let me know that the market wants to start selling. All I did was I placed a limit order at 2.5 at 145.25. I placed a limit order. It came and opened me up right here. I put my stop loss above where liquidity was fully grabbed at. And then this trade happened while I was actually going on vacation for my birthday. And this sell, I pretty much set a TP to help me pass the 400K verification. So normally how I trade is I'll go to the 4 hour, and if the 4 hour shows me two candles against my move, I exit. For example, let's say that I didn't have the verification for the 400K and I was trading it live. I would have came right here, looked at this 4 hour candle. It's blue. This next one, I would have considered that a break even one, not even a blue or red. So I would stayed in. This next one was blue, and then the next one was red. I would have still been in this move. But since I was only going for the to pass the verification for the 400K challenge, my TP was, what was it? Was it this 144.60? I believe a 144.60 area, somewhere like that. 144.
And when you trade on a funded account, do you take partials, and how do you define when to exit?
So on my funded account, I do not take partials. I legit let the market tell me when to get out, or once I reach over a 3R, I'll exit. So before we started this interview, I told you that following my system, I wait till the 4 hour chart tells me when to exit. And that's something I'm still working on because I missed out on so much profits not following my rule in my system. So normally I would do that. But when I don't do that, let's say if I'm risking 20 pips, if I see the market go up 3R, sometimes my brain, without not being disciplined, I exit the trade early. So I'm telling you guys, you can be profitable, but you can still go through stuff. So no matter what, don't let people come on here thinking, oh, because they're making money, they're not still growing. I'm still growing. So, but that's how I would exit a trade. I'll show you another trade setup that this buy on EJ. This is the buy I was telling you about before the video, where you see it went for 380 pips. I only caught 80 pips on this trade. And it hurt my soul. Like, also, let me go back to this buy. And I actually believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, I actually believe it was down here. I'll find it. Let me go back to it. I know I'll find it when I get to the 15-minute chart. But yeah, that one hurt. That would have been big for on my live account.
I can imagine. So you start on the daily, and then you drop and you enter in the 15 minutes.
I go to the daily, and then I go to the 4 hour. I mark up supply and demand zones, or I just look at market structure on the 4 hour as well. Like, I have 2 to 3 ways of trading. I trade supply and demand, and then I trade a simple strategy that I call as my A plus. It's a break in retest, but that flushes liquidity. I call that royal flush, and I'll show you right here how I got in on EJ. A lot of my trades, since I know that I'm hunting liquidity, a lot of my trades be actually sell or buy limits, because I know if the market, like, I'll zoom in and show you from right here. This level right here, the market broke structure. This whole area, by the way, is London session. I love trading EJ. So this is this blue area is from 2 to 5 a.m. So this area for me is when structure breaks. So I know structure broke to this area. Now I'm looking for a previous swing low in that area. And right here for me was the previous swing low where liquidity will be grabbed at. So right here. And my limit order was actually at the 80, because when I saw that move, all this had already happened. So this candle had already painted. It was on this candle right here. I said, dang, I missed my entry that I wanted. But you know what? If it comes back to 80, I'll enter. I set a buy limit. It it nicked it. I just got in, as you can see. If you can see right here, it just nicked it. And I got in right there with the 20 pip stop loss. That's the max I'll ever set. And this stop loss for me, this black line right here, is my daily open line. So at 5 p.m. every day, wherever the market opens at, that price is important to me. The previous high of the day, previous low of the day, and the daily open line is important. So I set my stop loss 20 pips right below the daily open line. And I wrote this trade for 80 pips. I set a TP that was I believe it was a 1-to-4 risk 20, got 80 pips out of that. And it was on my live account and my, at the time, what was it? At the time, it was the 400K challenge. And what pissed me off is I normally don't take profits. I told you I follow the 4 hours. So this trade had got me halfway done with the
phase
the 400K challenge. But if I would just held this trade, I actually would have been done. I would have been done with the 400K challenge, and that actually messed with me a little bit. But I have a folder showing this strategy, the same strategy: market break structure, then it hunts liquidity. I call it royal flush. Right here, flush out these traders. A bunch of sell stops just opened up, and I'm entering a buy because that's the market. The market's savage. When someone's losing, you're winning. When you're winning, someone's losing, like vice versa.
Yeah.
So
do you use the moving average as well, or do you have it just for trend?
This is another strategy that I'll use sometimes. If the market's trending, I use it as dynamic support. Like how right here it touched it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I'll use it as dynamic support only when it's going in the direction of the 4 hour. So that's another way.
Yeah, and I see you have the average daily range for 14 days. Do you look at it as well?
So yeah, I have another strategy.
I'm just spotting everything.
Your eye is great. You actually asked me some great questions. So I have another strategy. I told you I only trade 1 pair EJ, and I'm more of a trend trader. But let's say I don't catch London session and I trade New York session, and the market has made its move for the day. If I see the ADR has been filled for the day, and let me see if I, for example, let's come here. If I see the ADR was filled for the day, and I see on the 1 hour, 30, and the 15 minute that the market is below the oversold the oversold lines or above the overbought lines, then I have a counter trend strategy where I actually drop down to the 5 minute, wait for the 5 minutes to break structure, retest, knock out liquidity, and I take a counter trend move back into the middle of the market because the market has to come back. It's well oversold, well overbought. So yes, I use an ADR, and I'll show you. Let's see if I can.
And do you use it like the strategies example, on the same account, or you have one account for one strategy, the other account for another strategy?
I use one account for everything.
Okay.
It's kind of like, because for me, you know how traders will trade 5, 6, 7 pairs?
Yeah.
For me, I trade 1 pair. So I want 3 options on how I can take advantage of this pair. So it's like me trading 3 pairs. So like it gives me more opportunity, but with 1 pair. So see, for example, like the market gets into this area, is oversold. It's too many sellers in the market. The market has eventually come back to the middle. This is the 4 hour. I mean, this is the 1 hour. And it's beyond those lines. Normally the market will come into those lines, like right here when it did it up here, and then it'll come back in. When it goes beyond that on the 1 hour, I drop to the 30 minute as well, and it goes beyond that, and I see the same thing on the 15 minute. I'm like, oh, I know the market is extremely oversold or overbought. So that's when I will go to the drop down to the 5 minute chart. And this is my counter trend strategy, because when the market's oversold or overbought, that means it trended for the day, that direction all day long. So let me go back to see if I can find that area. But it's funny you asked that. This is how I use the ADR. If the market is looking like this, did I go back too far, or did I take the line off? Let me see something.
I saw it. I see everything. Like, I'm checking. Okay, this and that. Let me ask you.
Yeah. So for example, I find
useful the ADR as well. I'm also looking at the ADR.
For example, this move right here provides a perfect example. As I told you before, I wait for structure to break. So market broke structure right here. Then I wait for liquidities to be grabbed on a swing high or swing low. As you can see, 1, 2, the middle is the highest. 3, that's considered a swing low. Most traders will see that. Oh yeah, market's going to start. But then guess what? Royal flush. This one candle, the first candle that closes below the highest or lowest point, I enter off of. So I would have entered right here on this trade. I normally have a 10 pip stop loss at most. It went 8, about 8 to 9 pips in my direction. I mean, opposite of my direction. I was in drawdown, and then 10 pip stop loss, and then you catch it but going back into the middle of the market. So that's how I use the ADR. If I see an oversold or overbought market and the ADR is passed for the day, now I'm gonna just keep it simple, trade market structure, break, retest, liquidity grab. So yes.
Interesting.
And one last thing is before I stop sharing my screen, I'll tell traders to focus on. I know through ICT, I start focus on the whole numbers, the institutional numbers, the 20, 50, 80.
Yeah.
I
was gonna actually ask you when you said that I entered on 80. I was gonna ask you, but I forgot the question. Do you look at institutional levels?
Yes, that's what made me enter there. That's exactly what made me enter there. So I learned from chat with traders. I forgot what episode of it was, a trading podcast. He said there's 3 important levels in the market: the daily open line, which I have an indicator. Each black line you see on my chart, it paints automatically. It's where the market opened at 5 p.m. So that's the daily open line. And then yesterday's low and yesterday's high, that paints automatically to another indicator on my chart. This is yesterday's high. This is yesterday's low. And I sometimes trade simple support resistance off of yesterday's low, yesterday's high, and the daily open line. If I see the market break, like for example, I didn't take this trade, but I've took trades like this. The market break through this level, and then it rejects off the daily open, close below the previous lower high. Like, that's a simple trade as well. So I told you, like, I trade one pair, but I have multiple ways that my brain sees the market. But I will preach this to the day that I die. Guys, learn liquidity. Learn liquidity hunts. Like, I don't 10 to 20% of my trading is ICT. 80%, the other 80% is supply and demand and market structure. But what changed trading for me is when I learned how to spot liquidity under swing high and swing lows, and I stopped. And sometimes it still happen, but I stopped getting stop hunted more than none. I started being the opposite of that. Oh, somebody just got stop hunted, enter, and that changed it for me. So yeah, guys, focus on those things, and I do believe that it will help you. I'm 6 years in. It helped me out. It's a lot of traders that's 2-3 years in. That they're far better than me, but I will tell you, your journey is on your own timetable. And all you need is a few things to unlock that profitability for you. And that's what helped me.
What made you focus on Euro GPY only? How did you use this pair?
How did I fall in love with EJ? My buddy that you're going to interview this week, he loves trading GJ. GJ is crazy.
Yeah,
GJ is crazy. I do not like trading GJ at all. I do not like GJ, but he used to call signals when we first were learning, and like, he had a strategy that every Sunday and Monday he would catch GJ for a nice buy or a nice sell, and I would enter the trade. He would give me the signal. I would enter the trade, and I know GJ moves. I say, you know what? I want to trade a pair that moves kind of as much as GJ, but is smooth. EJ doesn't move as much as GJ. It's smooth, but it moves enough. So when I started playing around with EJ, I started saying, you know what? This pair is the pair for me. I used to trade EJ and GU, but what happened was, until this day, I'll tell you guys, I'm still working on it. Till this day, sometimes every once in a blue moon, if I don't see nothing on EJ, I'll pop GU up, take a trade on GU, and it doesn't matter if I win or lose. I've missed out on something on EJ, and it starts to irk me. So I said, I finally made a decision in my head a week ago. Hey, you love GU as well, but just be done with it. So I finally, like, this week, I just been sticking only to EJ. But every once in a while, the little person on the shoulder comes in and say, hey, look at GU. sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But trading one pair is enough. If you could master one pair but have multiple strategies, that's my take on it. Other traders, they say they have 5 to 7 pairs and are looking for one setup on those 5 to 7 pairs. Me, I'm the opposite. I have one pair, and one pair may not give you my A+ setup, so I have 2 to 3 strategies that I can trade in that one pair.
And you kind of like develop a sense on the movements of that pair, isn't it? Like, I'm focusing on 3 pairs, but I can definitely like say that I have a feeling of how those pairs are going to move. Which is, I can
tell you this much. EJ's 1 a.m. candles, 1 a.m. 4-hour candles, like when that 9 p.m. to 1, and then a new candle opens at 1 a.m. Those candles, oh man, just from trading EJ alone, I've caught so many good setups waiting until after that candle paint, because that's the most important 4-hour candle before London session starts. So if I see how that 4-hour candle work, and I start hunting liquidity in that 4-hour candle, London session gonna come and take it. And it's like, but trading one pair is how I realized that. So whatever happens at 1 a.m., how that 1 a.m. candle closes, I know that London's going to be looking for liquidity in that candle, and that's what happened from trading one pair. I got to understand how it moves.
Yeah, I usually say like when people decide to focus on one pair, it's like trying to learn a person. Trying to, like when you go for a date, you start analyzing the person. That's how it is kind of with pairs as well, with the instruments. You start analyzing, you start understanding the attitude, we know that GJ and GUs are drama queens. They move a lot, so it's interesting. You can like kind of find pairs that suit your personality. And I usually say like if you don't know which pairs to focus on, think what kind of partner do you like and try to find the pair with the same characteristics.
It's funny you said that. I'm laughing, but that is very, very true, because I can't tell people how I gravitated towards EJ. Yeah, I know that I saw GJ move and I wanted something a little better, but it's like for some reason I was trading multiple pairs at that time, but then for some reason EJ just kept sticking out to my brain and I just locked in on it. EJ chose me. I didn't choose EJ. I'm telling you right now. It's the truth.
Interesting. Okay, how did you find TFT and how is your experience with us?
I found TFT because I was funded 2 years ago at FTMO, and I would just watch a bunch of random videos on YouTube. Once you're in trading, it's like trading's always on your mind. So I watch a bunch of YouTube videos, and I found Blake. I saw that he was reviewing different prop firms, and I was following him for months, reviewing all type of prop firms. Then Blake, who was reviewing so many prop firms, months later said, "Hey, I'm starting a new prop firm with some business partners and friends." I said, if this guy is starting a prop firm, I know it's going to be reputable and I know it's going to pay out because he's always been transparent and solid when it came to his reviews. So found TFT through Blake.
Through Blake.
I was not a part of his. I was not a part of his mentorship. Never bought a course from him. I just watched his YouTube videos for months, and once that came out, I joined TFT, and TFT has been great. I personally, to me, it's my opinion, I do feel like they're the best prop firm around. As I was joking with you before, I have max allocation with TFT, 200K rapid, 400K standard. I wish that I could get more with them. I wanted to put some accounts in my wife's name. I'm not gonna do it. But I wish I could just get more accounts with them. I am going to take advantage of the scaling process, though. I believe with the standard challenge, every 3 months you get 2% for 3 months in a row, or 2 out of 3 months you get 6%. You get 25% added. So I have a 400K standard account. If I do that, I get 100K more every 3 months. So it's like that's how I'm gonna keep the long-term relationship with TFT. I'm gonna just scale up with them.
Yeah, that's
well, I love it. Like customer service, great. Payouts are quick. I love it.
I'm glad to hear that. What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started? You already gave some, but what else would you give?
And advice I would give to new traders, man, there's so much I want to say, but I'm going to keep it simple. You see these traders on Instagram and YouTube with cars, with houses, flashing money, all this other stuff. Hey, they've probably been in the game for a long time, and sometimes that stuff is fake. Don't focus on that. If you truthfully like trading, focus on the charts. Focus on falling in love with the process. Understand it's gonna take years. It may not take 6 years like me. Look, you took 2-3 years. It may take someone 2 years, 3 years. Fall in love with learning about psychology, learn about risk management. Those two things are not beautiful. It's tedious. It's like being in school. You don't want to, but I'm telling you, if you focus on those things, risk management and trading psychology, buy courses and books on risk management and trading psychology. Like instead of watching those day in a life trading lifestyle videos, watch those. I'm telling you right now, that will change the game for you. Like me, I'm this deep in, so I watch a little bit of both now. I watch psychology, I watch some of the lifestyle videos. You know, I'll eventually be there. I'm like, want to have a home with my wife and kids and throw parties for my family and stuff like that. So like I watch it for motivation, but I feel like a beginning trader should not watch trading lifestyle videos. Watch risk management and psychology videos. Study the charts. Even if you get on those charts for 20-30 minutes a day, that compounds. It doesn't matter if Anna teaches you a course, if me, Kris, teaches you a course, until your eyeballs is on that chart enough and you get that chart time, you will not become consistent until you get risk management, psychology, and chart time down. So focus on those three things, and I guarantee you, focus on the skill set, the money will be a byproduct.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And when it comes to the videos about lifestyle, this is just messing up with the psychology, so that people are just trying to rush the process, and it ends up bad.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them quit within 1 year or less than that. But it's like, you mean to tell me you'll go to college for 4 years, you'll go to college for 6 years, get you a degree, go get a career, make some good money, and you're dedicated to that, which is fine. It's great. You mean tell me you won't put 4 to 6 years into a skill set that turns you into a walking ATM once you get it down? Like I guarantee you do this as well. Trading has changed the way I perceive money. That when I'm talking with my wife or my mom, and they say, oh, that costs something. I say, oh, that's just a few. That's like 5-10 pips. I can get that. Like, I see stuff in pips and lot sizes where it's like, oh, if I want a dinner, $200. That's just 20 pips. Like, it's 10 pips. Like. So that stuff will come over time, but I feel like new traders need to focus on the skill set, and the money will come in. Don't quit year 1. Don't quit year 2. Don't quit year 3. Don't quit ever. Like I said, I'm very religious. I pray to God hard, and I know I'm only standing here because of God. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you're not religious at all. I'm talking about my experience. There's been times I boohoo cried in the bathroom. There's been times I boo cried in bed when I'm just like, I couldn't figure it out. In 2-3 years in, I couldn't figure it out. Year 4, I couldn't figure it out. I'm seeing people, 1-2 years, start getting jealousy and envious. But it's like, I continue to focus on myself after that, pray to God hard. And when I say that the big God upstairs is answering, he's answering. Now I'm at 2 payouts fully and max allocation. Like I've had before these 2 accounts I have now, I've had 3 other funded accounts that I never saw a dime from. Now I'm getting consistent payouts and a max allocation. So it's like, focus on the skill set, man. And I wish a lot of traders just don't give up. Like, it took me 6 years. Who cares if it took 6, 7, or 8? Once you're free, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
So
winner is a loser who has tried one more time. So it's
about
again? Not giving up. Winner is a loser who has tried one more time. So it's about just trying and trying and trying. And
that's true. I've blown well over 15 grand. I've blown well over 8 to 12 plus accounts. I've blown 6, 7, 8 TFT challenges. Every trader you guys see on this screen, I'm telling you right now, they lost a lot of money. They lost a lot of accounts, but they didn't quit. So don't quit.
Yeah. Any last words that you would like to share with us?
Once again, I just want a huge shout out to God for bringing me this far. My life was rough. Like, and trading is starting to change that for me. So shout out to God for bringing me this far. Shout out to Trading LP. That group was phenomenal. Got some solid traders in there, some heavy hitters coming. Shout out to TFT for presenting this opportunity, being the best prop firm out there. I wish I could have more accounts with you guys. And just don't quit. Trading is a journey. You're gonna have your ups where you feel like you're on top of the world. You're gonna have your downs where you don't want to talk to no one and you be depressed. But if you just keep getting 1% better each day, it will all be worth it in the end. I mean, just think about not being able. I still have a job right now, but I bet on myself this month. I took a month off because I'm starting to get consistent payouts and I want to focus on trading. And it feels great to be free. Wake up, trade, watch movies with my wife, go to the gym when I want, do what I want when I want, just getting a taste of this. If you guys don't give up and you taste the lifestyle of freedom, it will be worth it. So please don't quit. I don't know where you are. I know someone's gonna be watching this and going through it all. Trust me, it gets better.
Yeah. To all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.